and you join us for short qualifying. The sprint was a great appetizer, even I will concede that. As it's now time to bring on the proper thing that we've been waiting for. Proper may be the wrong term, but it will be Grand Prix qualifying, if you will. And Godwin, as you can see, he has joined us again. Meanwhile, PRF1 Callum, he'll be looking to redeem himself after that sprint, having chosen to retire early and having got caught up in lap 1 madness. Ooh. But I'm just going to calm us down a bit, I suspect, for 5 minutes, because that was quite something, that sprint. Championship implications there from what happened. None of the title contenders really performed well there, if they were even there at all. It just proves the aliens are vulnerable. It proves. Speaking of which, Big D, well done on non-alien class win in the sprint. Fair play to you. Right, PRF1 Clem, you are the league owner. I am the one that got into this league, so it's only fair that you allow me to make you do the all-natural lap, and we'll go on board. We're going to have the UI as well for extra fun. PRF1 Clem, use the 6 trim there from the Rally ML set at 129.298. Now we know 27s are doable from sprint qualifying. Now let's go with the dial on 9. There's no other reason he was the first on a lap on my screen. I said for Simon set, so 128.843. That coming through out of the last chicane on the lap, the turn 22 to 24 section, as he now heads towards turn number 27. Where can the Dark Lord put that McLaren? As he heads towards start finish line, Andrew Pete Smith set at 126.5, AM Squad at 124.97 on mediums, it's 129.656 on softs for the Dark Lord 93. On the other half of the Racing Bulls Josh side is AMS Josh, coming off a very good P2 there in the sprint. What's he got for us in the Grand Prix? Well, it all starts with qualifying. It's looking very committed there. Oh, it's a moment there through turn 10 and 11. But somehow, the game decides that was valid. It wasn't invalidated. Okay, there, Miss Josh. Keep it going, son. Heading towards turn number 16. Probably scored a little bit of speed there in the middle of turn 16. But he's very committed. Heading towards turn number 22. Through all these corners on the DRS and the battery. There may be a little bit more time to find, but that was quite committed nonetheless through 22, 3 and 4. Now heading towards turn number 27 in the Racing Bull. Hard on the brakes, and Mercedes gets out of the way. Slight contact on the exit, but that'll be a glancing blow. AMS Josh, he, in his racing bull, will set a 128 396, and that currently puts him P2. He's team on a 128 240, the fastest runner so far. Haven't seen too many runners come out yet. Are people saving tyres? That's the question. Misfits! No, now come and start a lap. Now, I think you should have an all-natural off-board next time. Have fun, and we'll see you in 90 seconds. Enjoy it and turn it up. Hear that, Ferrari. And the Ferrari, in hands of Misfits, sets a 129.262 and currently goes P number 6. Meanwhile, it's Master Spread as he now heads into Sector 3, coming out of turn number 24 now. Then through turns 25 and 26, which will be easy flat as he runs down towards turn number 27. Very near committed. Now hard on the power, heading towards that finish line. Working at Aston Martin. B-Port using all the track and some of their Master Spread, and he takes that P6 off Misfits with the 129.116. Now we have the Big D coming through. Sector number 2 now. Through turn 13. Going on the high line towards the exit. Looking very quick, has to be said. Now we're heading in to turn number 16. And he's looking very good now. Hard on the battery. Now on the DRS. Fully open. Heading towards turn number 22. That's a 101.543. Meanwhile, who's put up? Is that Robert Sykes 128.554? I see putting in, yes. P4 there for someone who really has been batting some really good results this season. As for Big D, working out Williams B-Port as he heads towards that start finish line. It's 7th with a 128.847 now. Apple, he's already invalidated. That's curious and interesting. So now we're about ERC Jelly NL. He's not on a hot lap. That is clear to see. Is there anyone actually at the moment? It doesn't look like anyone is. Yeah. I'm hard pressed to find someone. Sorry if I've, with all that flick through, triggered any epilepsy. I do apologise. Please. No one's really on the lap at the moment. Actually, looks like Master Spread is. Let's go on board with him. Heading to turn number 4. Very quick on entry, but probably scrubbed a lot of speed through the exit there. Now through 7, 8, 9. He's looking very committed. Through 10. Through 11, and now 12. He's found a couple of attempts on his own time. Whether it's pep or not, I'm not quite sure. We know what this game likes to do in regards to all that. Likes a missing form. Now for the run towards turn number 16. Oh, there was slight contact with the barrier entry. And I think that's just compromised his run for his 17. Now hard on the throttle, hard on the battery deployment, now hard on the DRS. Master spread after 2 sectors will be... Couple of attempts up still, so he's all doing very well, but that was very skittish there for turns 22 and 23. Those races starting to cry enough because he is going again, remember. Into turn 27 we go. Is it any more time for Master Spread and these soft tyres? Yeah, I think they're starting to cry enough because he had to have a mini correction on the exit there from a slide. It's 129.03. He lost the 10th compared to his PB, but he does. Overtake Misfits at the very least. As ERC Jet NL chooses to pit. Misfits is not on the lap either, so there's now a bit of a sitting while going on. As of the real Damon Hill, he's now starting a lap. We'll go with the Red Bull. Into turn number 1. Looking very neat and tidy, that has to be said. This isn't too bad at all here from the real Damon Hill. Now as he heads through the S's, the off turns 5 while 12. Looking very nice. Not using all the track there in curb on exit, but he's found under a third of a second on his own personal best in sector 1. That rate of improvement, you might see a very good time coming here from the real Damon Hill. Maybe he is going to be the real Damon Hill after all around here. Oh, this is looking quite nice here from the real Damon Hill. Let's now go on board with that Red Bull as he now hits that DRS quite hard. Heading towards turn number 22. He's over half a second up on his PB. He's potentially threatening the 1093, maybe even further than that if he can really hook this final sector. But he is starting to derail on the battery as he's got towards the bottom of the pack. Now into turn number 27. There was a lot of speed crowd in there. Probably could have turned that a bit tighter. But let's see where the real Damon Hill is going to put that Red Bull. He goes to P11, 129.313. That is quite a nice time there. All in chat, meanwhile, he hasn't set a time yet. Where can he put this Aston Martin? Heading out of turn 17, all the way towards turn 22. Add on that DRS. And it's a 101.675 after 2 sectors. Looking quite fastly committed here, I must say, from Malichamp. As he now opens that DRS, heading towards turn number 27. Still plenty in that Mercedes PU left. Will Aston Martin be regretting not keeping it for 2026? Big burning question from the real live testing. As Malichamp heads towards Stafford, choosing not to steal a toad there from the Haas of AMS Apple to 129.167. Now, AMS Apple, can he find a way of not invalidating? Through turn 2 and then turn 3, the Englishman, the Brit goes. Heading towards turn number 4. Plenty of flickage there. Now heading through the S's. He's even using the overtake in the S's. Slight breather there through turn 7. And yes, another into 9 and 10. Where can AMS Apple be after one set? It's 32.555. That's not too bad at all. Now through turn 13. Putting that power hard right down. Now heading towards turn number 16 and 17. That chicane. It's looking quite committed here from AMS Apple so far. DRS open, getting a slipstream there off one of the Racing Bull Joshes. As he now heads through the turn 22 to 24 section. I think this is looking quite a good time here from AMS Apple. Can it threaten nose towards the front? As toes and DRS are being sought. Into turn number 27 he goes. AMS Apple, who probably at one point will win a race this season. He's used all the battery. He's going with another 160 horsepower towards the line. And it's 128, 128. He goes fastest of all. But we know from the sprint qualifying there can be more to find. You'd think so with a more evolved track anyhow. But Fuse Demon's not going to settle for that, is he? He clearly wants pole position himself. Can we see an upset? Can we see one of the non-aliens take pole position for once? I guess I'm including Little Gupta in that, who, by the way, isn't here tonight, but hopefully we see him again soon because he's been a very good addition to the league. Has to be said so far, especially to the Fangio side of PRF1. Q0 now comes through. Turn 16 and 17. That chicane. Hard on the power as he will now deploy his DRS, heading towards turn number 22. The Red Bull is a third of a second up on where he was before, but he could be looking at the pole sitter changing hands again. Confused Demon, keep it going. Now we know Fused favours high winds around here. That's what's historically done in the past. But will that hurt him in Sec 3? He's going to get a decent third there from a Haas. Here we go. Fused Demon, what time can he say? It's a 1:27.787. Fused Demon has entered the party. He's asking questions of people like Amos Axe, Amos Casper and Ransdale. Amos Apple, Amos Josh the same times. Amos Godwin goes Pete him. Clearly, Miss Now Tracks hasn't hurt him too bad or even prepared for Canadian Grand Prix. That wasn't tonight. Oh, Amos Godwin. As Amos Casper now at the end of Sector 2. It's 1 minute point 727. It's not going to threaten Paul, I don't think, at this rate, but it's going to be very close. He's going to be up there. The Sauber now deploys his DRS. Uses back from its Italian horses inside. Now through turn 27. That's going for MS Casper. Can he usurp Fused Demon? Oh, can he at the least top alien class? Oh my goodness, he's on pole position. I was running 1:27.711. Oh, he's making me cough. Ransdale, can he do anything in this Haas? As he depletes the battery from his Italian horses in the back of that Haas. Now, through turn 27. Are we going to see things change hands again? As Amos Josh, as you said, Amos Godwin, just Ransdale. It's only P5. So the attention's turned to AMS Axel. If you're looking for pole positions here, and championship leader starts to find a little bit of redemption and try and put it on pole position to try and go back-to-back wins. Oh, there's contact on the exit. I'll have Max Verstappen in 2021. Can MS Axel usurp his team and get pole position? You betcha! A 1:27.528 from the Swede. They're close enough to 2000s in sprint qualifying. Don't let Slippery Salmon left back and do anything, and he is not on a time. Nor is Fused Demon. So there you are. MS Axel gets the qualifying double tonight. Sensational. One lap is all it was required from the Saubers to lock out that front row. And that just shows the sheer talent and confidence the Swedes in those Saubers have. It is incredibly commendable. You have to give ode to them. Their talent, I'm envious, and so are many of you watching will be. I doff my cap. I doff my cap. It'll be Amos Axel who will take pole position. We'll give you a full rundown shortly. The race is coming soon. Don't go anywhere, because if the sprint's anything to go by, the race could be even more bonkers. Bear in mind, everyone who's AMS and Ransdale, Son, AMS, Josh, will be obliged to start on the soft sides if it is dry, and if it's wet, they'll be obliged to start on full wet, no matter the weather. This is already leaving me a bit breathless. There's all the drama. I must say, thank you for putting on a show, everyone. There's Amos Axel, who claimed pole position for the PRF1 Season 13 Fangio Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Amos Casper, his team and championship leader, alongside, again, it's defending champion versus championship leader in those Saubers. Fused Demon third from AMS Josh, AMS Godwin, Ransdale, Andrew Pitts from AMS Apple, Super 7, Big D, 6432, Robert Sides, PRF1 Clem, Misfits, Master Spread, ERC Jelly, Ollie Champ, Real Demon Hill, and the Dark Lord. Your time sets with Chevy Pink, 19th and last. It is now time for the race. See you shortly. Here we go. The time we've all been waiting for. It's Grand Prix time. Now, AMS Axel, AMS Casper, AMS Godwin, and AMS Apple, who are obliged down softs, out. Meanwhile, those who are not obliged, use Demon mediums, AMS Josh, mediums, Andrew Pittsmith, mediums, Peppery Salmon, mediums, Big D, mediums, Robert Snipes, mediums, PRF1 Clem, mediums, Misfits, hard, Master Spread, mediums, ERC Jelly NL, hard, Ollie Chat, mediums, Real Demon Hill, hard, Dalton Antony, mediums, and Shelby Pink, mediums. So, will the obligation start on sauce for the AMS drivers and Ransdale minus AMS Josh come into play? Because a two-stop is looking like a very likely strategy for them to consider. Whereas the others will be able to do an easy one, going medium hard or hard medium. But bear in mind, because it's a sprint, you only have one set of mediums and one set of hards that the game will let you have. So that's something to consider as well. But we'll have to start on sauce. Force. Difficult decisions in that green, white, checkered scenario. What size do you use? Will you only have scrub sauce? Will you have to go mediums? What if you've used them? Will you have any fresh size left in their situation? That's the question. But also, what strategy will they pull off? I am very intrigued to find out. Now, whatever you think about the rule about the AMS drivers having to start on softs, this is something they're suggesting themselves, by the way, so I have to give them odd if they want to be BOP'd. Whatever you think about it, though, we're going to find out whether they're going to regret suggesting it. As Shadowpink towards the rear makes his way through it. I think that's an AI, by the way. Meanwhile, the Alpine eventually cruises round as the Frenchman puts it into position. And now we wait for those lights for the second time tonight. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 5! The Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is a go! AMS Axel gets the jump, and AMS Casper, few demons, stays third. AMS Godwin is looking in P4. Andrew Pittsmith, the good side, he's already on P6. AMS Josh has let AMS Godwin go, I suspect. Ransdale down to P7, AMS Apple in 8. We're seeing a lot of movement here already. I will change it to position change just so you can visualise. But somehow, again, it's the Swedes of AMS Axel, AMS Casper leading the way as the Dartlord has had a moment and he is relegated to last. I've seen interesting strategies one can potentially have. A little late for that, and you definitely haven't got with a tyres game. But PRF1 Club Pace was struggling. He's now lost 3 positions, the biggest loser so far. I'll jump in the Real Demon Hill, exchanging positions as well. It's all happening towards the back. This is where all the action is, at least for now. As Real Demon Hill tries to reclaim that P60 for Molly Champ. Will we see that be a success? At least not now. The fact they are all in slipstream without DRS. But Ollie Champ made a slight error there for turn 22. That's definitely going to present an opportunity here for the Real Demon Hill as they head towards turn number 27. A nice PRF1 Clem who is damaged again, I believe. The London and Caspian timing tonight's not gone well. As the Real Demon Hill's had a moment into the wall there. Not quite sure what's happened. But somehow, oh no, he doesn't damage as he picks. PRF1 Clem chose to stay out. Real Demon Hill, he's going to have to get rid of those hards. I'm intrigued to see what he does. But it's the service AMS Axel, AMS Casper leading. Fuse Demon, meanwhile, leading a bit of a train. Has he got damage drive seen? No, he appears things are just not working for him, at least for now. AMS Godwin right behind on those softs, but how long will those softs last? Can they last? AMS Josh is now already all over his teammate AMS Godwin in the AMS Racing Bulls Josh team that they've developed. First softs do have a lot of bite for now, because AMS Squadron is all over Fuse Demon. But the question is, how long before the crossover between the soft and the medium occurs? We know medium and hard. That crossover is about only half a dozen laps or so. So I'd imagine it's not too long. AMS Squadron trying to handle Fuse Demon. He's already losing touch. I was expecting to say that. Our sauce really that flaky. But even 2 laps in the formation lap is ambitious. Yeah, that's not the case. Right? Will we even see AMS Squadron C to AMS Josh? There's a strange moment there. Has he AI'd? As AMS Squadron lets AMS Josh through. Start with synchronized swimming, all right? I think that's fair to say. Meanwhile, Ransdale's decided 2 laps are enough for no softs. So has AMS Axel. So has AMS Apple. They've both come in with their Sir Lewis Hamilton helmets. That's a huge error. Surely AMS Apple should have seen it and gone round again. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking there. Hard for the Hasses. Mediums to AMS Axel. Looks like they are going to 2-stop. Meanwhile, AMS Casper, he's struggling with understeer already. Intriguingly enough, as Fuse Demon starts to lurk. We're seeing that soft side strategy start to maybe not the one, but that is the point. They asked this balance of performance stage, the AMS lot, and this is the result. That Cyber looks very tricky already. Those tyres do wear quite quickly. I can tell from experience from our Lauda race not so long ago. They do degrade, and they do degrade quite fast. He's even already in DRS. AMS Squadron has already lost touch to his teammate. And Andrew Pittsmith is now having a look at AMS Squadron. Yeah, these softs are not looking good. The fact they'll only last 2 laps before their performance completely collapses. It's saying quite a lot here. AMS Squadron is being mugged here left, right, and centre. And it will be AMS Casper who elects to pit and will allow Fuse Demon to take the lead of the PRF1 Season 13. Fangio, Saturday Grand Prix, but AMS Josh was looking there. Andrew Pittsmith, he has Big D. AMS Squadron is extending again. Is AMS Squadron going to try the unlikely one? Or is he trying to get a bit tired? Delta for later. As we have Robert Snipes and Misfit. Sorry, that's Slippery Salmon and Robert Snipes. And Misfits are supposed to join in as well. Both the Ferraris races the Mercedes. Slippery Salmon lets both the Ferraris go. I'm not quite sure why he did that, but I'm sure the Spanish got reasons. Maybe he felt he overstepped and had to row back. Meanwhile, it's the Ferraris P6 and 7 with Slippery Salmon P8. A very decent in that Ferrari team so far. Second in constructors. Can they find the time to break for tonight? The Talon 93 gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Here's a first to fall vulnerable. You know, master spread overtakes Slippery Salmon. Is Salmon struggling? He doesn't have any damage. Is he just struggling for grip? Oh, that was strange there for Salmon. He's had a moment now. Out of turn 17, that's going to allow Assy Jelly NL to make a move. Salmon is really struggling here. I don't quite know why. I'm not sure what's happened to Salmon. Is he having problems? Has he got hidden damage? Because again, he's made a mistake into turn 22. As AMS Casper has overtook Ransdale. Ransdale's had a moment. And AMS Casper's already on the back. A Shelby Pink. AMS Squad, meanwhile, is falling like a stone. But you know what? He's still going round. He's going to go for a 5th top. He recoups. 6 from Robert Snipes. Round outside of Misfits is into turn 2. The grip does not promise it. AMS Axel, meanwhile, sets the fastest lap of 1:31.366 on those mediums. AMS Squadron has to concede 12 sides as Ransdale has to take a pass for speed in the pace. He's chosen to retire. Oh dear, now you're not allowed to do that. It's only the second half of the race you can do that. Ransdale, what have you done? Ransdale, what have you done? Can't give up that easily. I am sorry, but if you're choosing to quit lap 4 of a race, not a sprint, maybe but the race, what are you doing? This may be slightly unfair, Ransdale, but I've got to say, I am highly critical that decision to retire. Especially when the rule book does not allow Meanwhile, Amos Axel has passed PRF1 Clem for P12. As we start to see the AMS lot try and make their way through. Meanwhile, we have the Ferraris, Miss Mason, Robert Snipes, working as a team. And now 5th and 6th. The AMS squadron now is vulnerable to massive spread. We're really seeing that soft tyre obligation for AMS drivers. Really starting to hurt them. As round the outside, AMS Godwin sees mass spread go around him. But he tried to hand it there on the inside, but nothing to doing. He's still going round AMS Godwin. Is he trying something different here? A different approach that everyone else had to start on softs. As he settles behind mass spread. Is AMS Godwin basically going to one-stop going soft something? Meanwhile, for the lead, AMS Josh and Fuse Demon. They're side by side through the S's. Oh my goodness me, AMS Josh has to go off. And that's going to be Demon who will retake the lead on the PRF1 Season 13 Fangio Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Unbelievable stuff here. Fuse Demon. He's going to be the race leader once more, leading laps. To be honest, Fuse belongs there at the front. When he's at the front, he's very difficult to beat from experience. He does not give up easily. He will be stubborn. Andrew Pittsmith there lurking in the back of the trim. Good to see Andrew Pittsmith making an impact here in PRF1. He's been making that in MML. He's second in the championship there. And it's nice to see here in PRF1 Fangio him actually being in the front trim. This is good to see. Andrew Pittsmith has been making improvements. And yes, he has cleared the best car out of the lot. I can maybe fuse his Red Bull depending on the track. But it's really good to see. Good to see Andrew Pittsmith there. Meanwhile, Emma Squadron now losing out to ERC Jelly. And now the struggling slippery Salmon has started to manage to stop being so slippery. And he's going to recoup off Emma Squadron. And he's going to call it quits. Even Amos Axel made that pissed upon him already. That was a huge struggle there. Meanwhile, Amos Axel on Slippery Salmon into turn 1. Slippery Salmon is wise to it. Using room. But oh my goodness me, Slippery Salmon could have potentially done more to shut the door. Look at the traction his Salmon got on the Mercedes. And into turn 4. That's P9 already for Amos Axel. The leader of those that started on the sauce that have now pitted. He's only got Amos Apple in 14th, Amos Casper in 15th. I'm starting to think the defending champion's coming alive. Slippery Salmon again has gone off. He's just not quite gelling for Slippery Salmon here. Now, we're only interested here at PRF1 Clem even more. As we still have a lead trainer, Fuse Demon, Amos Roche, Big D, and Andrew Pittsmith. All very close together. Fuse Demon getting a little bit of a break, but the others are all very close to each other. Oh, excuse me. I promise not being kept up. This commentator's just been away a long time. Amos Axel has overtook ARC Jelly NL the P8. Looks like we're going to see a swap of position here between Amos Josh and Fuse Demon. He's going to go for it. I think Fuse has let him, and that's the lead of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for Amos Josh. But there's the DRS detection line. And I think Amos Josh is going to be vulnerable, not just a Fuse Demon, but potentially Big D as well. I'll say hammer the battery, Fuse Demon. Recoups the lead here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Unless Amos Josh is going to hand it around the outside, then the inside of 2. And they go side by side. Out turn 3, now heading towards turn 4. Who dares back out? Amos Josh had to go off track there. I think he should have to concede position. I don't think that was a fair overtake, as Amos Casper is surprisingly the 4th to get a 3-second time back to multiple warnings. As the championship leader had a purple patch, is this where things get a little bit more of a struggle. Now that Amos Axel is finding his feet, and Amos Apple is starting to gel it together as well. But still, what a lead battle this is. We will keep an eye on Axel, Apple and Casper. Don't worry about that. And Godwin too, who's got a lot fresher tyres than his soft tyre starting rivals. PRF1 Clem's the 5th. The league owner. Jeffrey on multiple warnings. Meanwhile, Fuse Demon is so close to the lead. And Andrew Pittsmith has a look for 3rd. Oh, Amos Josh. Oh, there was lag there. He went from Big D. And Andrew Pittsmith Managing to somehow overtake Big D. God knows who is where. Misfits is there as well. And Robo starts to prize up caught this lead battle. Where do you look? Oh, wow. Andrew pissed me. Oh, did he put Big D in the wall there? That could be investigated as Amos Josh takes the lead there. And then we got Misfits looking and skulking at what's got ahead of him. Big D, he sends it, Andrew Pissy, perhaps slightly in retaliation for being put in the wall. Yeah, that was a no-nonsense move. Committed, willing to make contact there, it has to be said as well. Not maliciously, but certainly willing to put Andrew Pitsmith under a bit of pressure. We've got yellow somewhere. I'm not quite sure why they've disappeared. It's still AMS Josh and Fuse Team in the top two. It's Big Ding third, but it's Misfits in P4. Starting those hards. And they're starting to really make hay now with those hards. But he needs to start clearing this lead trim for this stop. But guess who's in the train now? It's AMS Axel, your defending champion. The winner last time out. He will be trying to make redemption after the sprint. And that open goal missed with a lowly finish outside the top 10. Can things turn around now as Misfits is so close to Big D, but they're all in the DRS train. It appears that AMS Josh might have a slight break there and Fuse Demon. But look, they're all towing each other along. Andrew Piss, meanwhile, has Robert Snipe to contend with. Robert goes round the outside of 25 and 26. And Andrew Piss has to settle into P6, but he's got AMS Axel behind him on fresher tyres. Only 2 lap delta, though, as we see a pit fitter is Fuse Demon. As he's got 10 seconds of speed in the pit. Oh, no, when he was going very peak for Fuse Demon, potentially a race-winning drive. And that happens. Robert Sachs as well as chosen to go to mediums to hards on that. And we're seeing who else is pitting well? The Dal on 93. He replaced when he's going hard to hard. Interestingly, he had 2 sets of hards. Maybe it's one about the tyre selection. Now, Robert Sachs coming out in front of PRF1 Clem, but he manages to stay ahead of him and is P13. Axel, meanwhile, cutting through the field. He's already up to P4 with AMS Josh and Big D Misfits ahead of him. We're seeing AMS Squadron making the moves and Fuse Demon as well. Bearman Fuse Demon now has that 12. Seeing all the strategies starting to come to play. Again, I apologize about the audience. I promise I'm not bored. I am just a tired commentator who's been hard at it in real life. But no one cares about that yet. Misfits still hanging on to Big D. Axel in the train. Does he have enough grip to overhaul? Meanwhile, Fuse Demon overtakes AMS Squadron for P10. We saw there on the tower. And you may have seen there on a track map too. And now AMS Josh has decided that's enough of those medium size. And he comes to it a lot more cautious than Fuse Demon war. Maybe that 10-second penalty was looming in his mind. As he now goes medium to hard. And where does he come out relative to people like Fuse Demon? That 1 lap undercut has been massive. Look what AMS Josh is relative to Fuse Demon. He's several seconds behind. Even AMS Casper has managed to get ahead. Robo Snipes has got ahead. Oh, it's AMS Casper damage. Oh my goodness me, the championship leader is Mr. Law for a win there. Oh, it's going from bad to worse for AMS Casper. This is the first truly bad race that AMS Casper has had this season. This has got to be painful. Look at Robo Snipes. He is there, skulking. AMS Casper, I think, that has conceded there. As he lets AMS Josh go. Oh, this is not going well for AMS Casper. But you rarely in a season don't have a bad one. You can be like Marco Schumacher 2002 and have a bad one be a 3rd place. Based on AMS Casper tonight, there's going to be a lot of pain to swallow. But he does have that good championship lead over AMS Godwin. AMS Axel and AMS Apple as well, slightly more in them too. And he's probably going to need that. Meanwhile, AMS Axel has took the lead. On the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, Misfits takes Big T, claims P2, but AMS Axel's gone deep. And that's going to allow Misfits to get very interested. Who wants this? As Big T comes in, presumably for a set of hard tyres. And Misfits now is the race leader. The lead gets changing hands with this strategy cycle of the one-stoppers, and the close action has been brought with them. Bear in mind, they've both got one stop left, but those mediums will be feeling second hand. Even with that tyre data, I'm assuming that those hards will now be the tyre you want, even if they are 11 laps old on Misfits. Meanwhile, ARC Jelly NL has AMS Apple behind him. Understeered there from the Alpine. He gets resets to multiple warnings, and then he has to pretty much let AMS Apple go, because otherwise he may have potentially been done for leaving the track and gaining an advantage by not exceeding position. He's doing meanwhile, despite the 10-second penalty. Much more traction of Super Sam. The up and under maneuver, you don't see that too often. He's still trying to find him past Super Sam, but look at the grip difference. He can just take alternative lines on Super Sam. Charges battery. Super Sam tries to resist, but it's futile. P5 for Fuse Demon here. A nice well taken there by the Auctionman. Meanwhile, Misfits loses the lead to AMS Axum as the lead keeps changing hands. But I think tyres are going to be close. The power units both are the same, both Ferrari powered. And we're going to see Misfits retake the AMS Axum actually down to the dregs of battery. Can Misfits make a move at AMS Axel? Oh, he might have been able to, but he chose not to at the very least. Now, AMS has found his way back to the front. Meanwhile, AMS Josh, AMS Godwin. I guess there's been a swap of position there with Robust Knights in P8. Oh, has this AMS Josh been caught by AMS Godwin? Because I don't know, and I should have paid attention. I do deeply apologise, all. I should know better. Meanwhile, Ollie Champ has overtook Slippery Salmon. Let's go Slippery Salmon's come back out on hard. Right behind Ollie Champ. There's a 4-lap delta there. Sure, that's going to give Salmon a very good chance of re-overtaking Aston Martin. AMS Axel has pulled over a second off Misfits. Oh, and PRF1 Clem and Chevy Pink managed to recoup Zoyce. Chevy Pink, who has gone down to 18th and last of the runs because he's paid. There's allowed AMS Casper and PRF1 Clem to come for him. AMS Casper's gone to his last set of hards. Doing front one change there as well, because I tell you one thing, that Saab is starting to look as hooked as he usually does with him behind the wheel. Meanwhile, who's even has passed ARC Jelly NL? He has repassed ARC Jelly NL for P5. AMS Josh lurking in the wings to try and overtake ARC Jelly NL. Especially when do those who stand in hard make their stop? Surely they're going to be due very, very soon. AMS Axel, meanwhile, has chosen the pit. 4 seconds, trying to secure an undercut on Misfits, maybe. Let's see what tyres go on that Sauber. And it's going to be a set of hard tyres. There he goes as he sinks down the order, bear in mind. Many may have to pit again. And he made his way through before. Don't think he can't do it again. But there's a lot of cars he's going to have to pass potentially. I said, but Sam gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. A tricky night for the Spaniard, but he is keeping going. Scott sets a fast lap of the race on those new hards as Robert Knights overtakes ARC Jelly NL into turn number 13 as he makes it into P5. Meanwhile, AMS Apple is now going to be the one to take Misfits. They both will have to stop again. Misfits yet to stop. AMS Apple, he will not make those tyres last unless he's going to do a Houdini act. Here they are. Through turn 20. As AMS Squadron has now been the next to overtake ARC Jelly NL. Misfits. Yeah, well, that's an overtake by MS Apple on him. As MS Apple now takes the lead of the PRF1 Season 13 Fangio Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. He'll presumably come across, take the lead. Oh, actually, they're both pinned. MS Apple and Misfits are both coming in. And Fuse Demon will retake the lead on the road of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. But that does like well to play, because it's basically AMS Josh, Robbo Snipes being your top two. AMS Godwin in third, Big Dean fourth, Andrew Smith in... Oh, I've lost count. AMS Godwin fourth, Big D fifth, Andrew Smith... I don't even know anymore. What is what? There's been so much going on tonight. Strategy all going on. Craziness in the sprint. Qualifying going to the wire. You've had it all. Hopefully, these last 11 laps can give us something even more. Commentator's curse. I want to deploy it. You know, there's not been a safety car yet. That would definitely make things even more interesting, because what would you do in that situation, particularly if you've only been on your tyres a few laps? Will the value in tyres be worth it, or will DRS make things difficult to make things happen? As we said, AMS Axel really starting to cause problems for those ahead. He's already here. Apple's not too far behind, has to be said, but look at this. Apart from AMS Godwin, I think everyone in front of him can go to the end. Can he make his way through? The defending champion, can he go back-to-back wins? Those are the questions to be asked. Meanwhile, AMS Godwin looking vulnerable here to an overtake by Big D. And so that turns out to be, it will be B4 for Big D, with AMS Godwin now relegated to P5. AMS Godwin tried to hand around the outside and stick around the inside of two, but it's been successfully overtaken by Big D. Old mediums, not the one. Andrew Pittsmith again looking to recoup position at AMS Godwin. Looks like this was not the track for the experiment to begin for the AMS lot, but AMS Axel could prove maybe it was after all. Meanwhile, ERC and Slippery Salmon having a move. Oh, we've caught them. They've both gone off track. Not quite sure what's happened there. That's going to get the Dark Lord very interested. Slippery Salmon's lost some front wing. And Ollie Champ goes through as well. Oh, my goodness me. And the Ollie Champ goes wide. The Dark Lord goes wide. And Jelly went wide as well. They've all gone wide in first position as ERC Jelly. That's takes a penalty for an illegal overtake. I'm not seeing a position soon enough. Meanwhile, Jelly round the outside of Volchop, using those fresh mediums to his advantage and to go P12 on the road before all the penalties start to take effect. Meanwhile, Master Spread and AMS Axel. This is going to be crucial for the story. Master Spread's a very stubborn driver. Can he overhaul AMS Axel, or keep him behind rather? Into turn 27 we go, but I think the traction of the Saab is just going to be too valuable, particularly on the outside. Over AMS Godwin. Balked AMS Axel there. Not intentional. But here we go. Can the bachelorless AMS Axel do anything in AMS Godwin? Oh, there's been contact! There's been contact. AMS Axel picture locked up. But don't just stay there to AMS Godwin. Meanwhile, AMS Axel had a fast slap of the race. Apple is coming. He is coming. There he is in the background. It's still a very much Josh and Fuse Demon. But speaking of Fuse Demon, has spun. He's put in an awkward place there. The exit of 11. Very awkward place. But the Horseman has got it going again. And thank goodness he did, because something not so happy could have happened there. AMS Godwin, meanwhile, he has AMS Axel right behind him. AMS Axel goes all the way underneath him. Wow, the time difference is palpable. And that's P6 AMS Axel. AMS Axel will be desperate to AMS Godwin. Oh, wow. The grip difference is such a... I think AMS Godwin's made a slight strategy error here tonight. But bear in mind, he didn't get to choose his tyre allocation. But look at this. A recovering Fuse Demon, AMS Axel, and AMS Apple right behind. Is AMS Apple going to try to take AMS Axel in for P6? Oh, he's used Fuse Demon as a pick. They're going free wide down there into turn 27. Surely not. AMS Apple nudges his louder team at Fuse Demon through turn 27. AMS Axel takes advantage and takes P5. Oh, Fuse Demon tries to have a look. Have a look at AMS Axel, but that's not happening. Can Amos Axel use traction advantage to get Fuse Demon into turn 4? It's going to try to use the battery. I try to take the inside. Fuse Demon. Maybe for into Mercedes relations in louder. Let's Amos Apple go. For some reason, ELC Jelly and Hell has chosen to retire. Not quite sure why. But it is after half distance, so that is permissible by the rules. But Amos Apple, intriguingly, is staying in DRS range just above Amos Axel. That's going to make things very interesting. As they still have to clear Andrew Pittsmith, Big D 6432, Robert Sykes, and the leader Amos Josh. This is going to be very interesting. This is the story of the race now. Can this AMS duo fight their way through the cars ahead of them? I think this is where we go from interval to leader. Ben and they've also got to fight each other as well as they're at it. AMS Apple has managed to find the DRS and AMS Axel. Oh, can they make it? Can they pull this off? A two-stop round Saudi. And don't forget, Amos Axel's also compounding the master. He's used all 3 fire compounds. Amos Apple did elect to go hard for those final 2 stints. I can't call this, can you? Meanwhile, Misfits, a master spread. Looks like Misfits using those fresher mediums to go up to PA as he says to get. He's doing his races. It's cracked a bit here. Shame about the moment he's had. Shame about the speeding in the pit lane. But I thought Fuse Demon could have potentially won tonight. You never know. I'm not going to rule him out because weird things can happen. Penalties aside. But look at this. Amos Axel. He's almost Amos Apple here. It's very close. Only about half a second between this Amos duo. They've harvested somewhat battery. I think Amos Apple's going to have to go for it because there is no DRS to Amos Axel yet, but he's going to get Andrew Pittsmith's DRS very soon. This is going to be interesting. If Axel clears Andrew Pittsmith, this might buy some time. But look at the overspeed. Look at the back to play of Amos Apple's trying to take it. Amos Axel. Can he take him into turn 27? But there is dirty and Andrew Pittsmith being a factor for both of them. Oh, wow. Here we have the battle for P4. This is for keys. Andrew Pittsmith straight choosing to stay out of the way of both Axel and Apple. Both the AMS drivers. A left for Andrew Pittsmith. I'm assuming that's to stay out of trouble. That might be blood line for Andrew Pittsmith choosing not to fight that. It could be pure strategy. Meanwhile, Misfits has overtook Fuse Demon for P number 7 on the track. As we now see the AMS duo now head on to Big D and Robert Snipes. Can they do anything about them? 6 laps to go. They're certainly catching AMS Josh quickly enough. But can they make the moves they need to make? Because Big D's no slouch. Robert Snipes is no slouch. Currently leading on Alien class. And AMS Josh being P1, he might be AMS, and he might only be the one allowed, but he's still quality. Still quality. He's for Alien after all. Now, AMS Axel will get the DRS here. He's got the DRS at the right time to benefit AMS Apple here. He's definitely been fortunate with that, but you don't win without a bit of luck sometimes. AMS Apple, is he thinking of trying to coup AMS Apple, Axel rather again? Too many AMSs. As Big D's starting to see a sight he will have been fearing coming through. AMS Axel, AMS Apple. Has Big D got anything? He's using a lot of battery here. Big D's definitely going to try and keep the AMS duo behind. And you know what? He's going to keep them behind for a few more corners yet. If they've got any hope of winning the Grand Prix, AMS Apple have to do it very quickly. Because this is meets the ears of AMS Josh and Robert Snipes. Robert Snipes, again, another impressive run there from one of our beloved head administrators. But this is frustrating AMS Axel. The tie down's only 2 laps to Big D. AMS Apple's got a further lap on AMS Axel as well. I'm going to see a surprise overtake there, I think. Amos Apple was thinking about it, but Amos Axel was wise, so we're both on the battery at similar times. Oh, Amos Axel went deep into 13. Apple's going to go side by side now. Route 14 and 15. Is it going to have run foot Axel? Maybe not. Oh, round the outside of 17, is it? Amos Apple has managed to outwit the defending champion and go to P number 4. Absolutely sensational here from the Briton. Now, can he get on with it and get Big D? Can Amos Axel keep Andrew Pittsmith at bay? Who has done well to stay with the Amos duo here. Meanwhile, Amos Apple versus Big D. The bow, Equidus to a battery. Amos Apple choosing to make a lunge down Big D. He's going to have to attack or be attacked. Amos Axel is still around. What does the Big D do? Puts her car in the middle of the track. Amos Apple goes round the outside. But Big D tried. Down around the inside, there was a slight bit of contact there. I think that was just about okay if you ask me. Amos Axel's going for it. He has to for Amos Apple. I'll say all this final. Been an absolute gift for Amos, Josh, and Robbo Snipes. Whether they can take advantage of it, I don't quite know yet. But a second a lap plus required for Amos Apple and Amos Axel. For Amos Axel, it's more like 1.25 seconds a lap. So they're going to have to get on with it pretty quickly here. This is really hotting up now, this race. It may have slightly slow burned in the senses of the storylines coming together, your A, B, and C plots. But now it's all focused on can the likes of Apple and Axel. Can they overhaul Robbo Snipes and Amos Josh? Or will we be seeing a 4th different winner this season? And the first team other than Sauber to repeat winning the same season. It's a multi-course with Amos Godwin. Won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with an absolutely fine drive for Amos Godwin there. Showing why he is a triple PRF1 champion himself. The single champion commentating is not jealous at all. As PRF1 Clem, the head administrator, gets 3 seconds of multiple warnings. Meanwhile, Big D looking very vulnerable here to Andrew Pittsmith. But the DRS just allow him to be the lead Mercedes powered car of the race. In P number 5. Here we are, free to go. There will be no full course yellow. Looking very close now. I think it could be a last lap launch here. If the time that's been took out by Amos Josh, by Amos Apple and Axel keeps being realised. This is going to be tough for any of the front 4 to win now. But Robert Sykes is starting to close in Amos Josh. Maybe Amos Josh. He might play a ploy. Will he try and keep Robert Sykes and DRS deliberately? But if he's going to play such a move, he's going to have to do it quickly because look, Robert Snipes has now got Amos Apple in his DRS. No, he hasn't. He must have pull away again. Axel has stayed with Apple's DRS. 2.5 laps to go. You've got 6 cars within 6 seconds of each other. And it's been green all the way as well. No full course yellow to interrupt proceedings. Nothing virtual, nothing real. Surprisingly, let's be questioning the safety car settings. Amos Apple has now got that DRS of Robert Snipes. He's going to have to make the move into turn 1. Otherwise, I do think Amos Josh becomes a very hot favourite. So here we go then. At turn number 27, the Ferrari-powered cars head towards 2. And Robert Snipes, interestingly, shows no defence and lets Amos Apple by. I'm quite stunned by that Robert didn't put more of a fight. Here we are. He's second by Amos Apple. Amos Axel must be getting frustrated. He has been caught and done by Amos Apple. Man, they're equal points in the championship for 3rd. With Amos Axel currently having a countback for wins. Amos Apple has took 3 seconds. But can Amos Apple finally win that first race of the season been craving? Or can it be Amos Josh that can get it? This is too close to call. I'm not sure. I mean, Amos Apple getting DRS range, but after that, what happens from there? But there is a lot of action being said about Amos Josh. He clearly has had thoughts of the end game inside. Robert Stacks, meanwhile, stays in DRS just about Famous Apple. Opens the DRS. This allows him to keep AMS Axel a bit and still stay in range of DRS. The AMS Apple, as we said, the grip that Robert Stacks has got, it looks very tricky. He does have the joint, all his hard ties out there. Refused Demon and Nadal and 93, who they'll are coming on lap 9. So with Simon gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. But here we go then. We're about to start the final lap of the Thomas Racing Formula 1 Season 13 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As we see Fuse Demon overtake Master Spread on track. Now Robert Stacks, does he try any defense of Amos Axel? He's going to try and hand it around the outside. There is contact between the two during 1 and 2. There is a cut by there for Amos Axel. Robert Stacks chooses to deploy the battery and keeps him behind. Meanwhile, Amos Apple, he is 1.0 behind. Can he get to the DRS range? He now is. Can he stay there where it's most crucial? He desperately needs to get to the detection point out of turn 17 and be within a second. This is too close to call. Who are you backing? Will it be the Racing Bull? Will it be the Haas? Or could it be the Ferrari or the Sauber if Finn's got Hopper on? Maybe even the Williams or the McLaren. As we have the rough fight here between Big D and Andrew Pittsmith. But we have to look to the lead battle. We just have to. It's only half a second between them as they will cut the Sector 2 timing beam for the final time competitively. As AMS Josh managed to just use the dirty air enough and save enough battery to hold up AMS Apple. He's now heavily burning that battery of the Red Bull Powertrain's Honda-derived power unit. Here we go. AMS Apple around the outside of turn 27. Who's going to get DRS first? It will be AMS Josh. Here we go to the line. There we go. Battery. Who's going to claim it? It is AMS Josh on the line. Oh my goodness me. By 39 thousandths of a second, AMS Josh wins the Performance Racing Formula 1 Season 13 Fangio Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Fantastic, as Murray would have said back in the day. It was Amos Axel who eventually took P3 from Robert Stacks in P4, who at least can claim the non-alien class win. Big D in P5, Andrew Pittsmith in P6, Smith in P7. As for the P8, Amos Godwin only P9, P0 in P10, Amos Casper only P11 for championship leader. But Amos Axel and Amos Apple, third and fourth in the championship, seeing Amos Casper and Amos Godwin struggle. That is a gift for them. As Debris Simon crashes across the line for some reason, because why not? And we'll go through the running order at the end. Oh my goodness me, there's been some carnage there. But wow. I hope that was well worth waiting for. Wow. From start to finish, that was absolutely sensational. Who'd have predicted AMS Josh being the winner tonight? When we had the sprint and qualifying to all go on. But he took his chance. And that is Red Bull's second win of the season. Well taken. Well opportunistic. And to have managed to force Apple to accept a 4th second of the season by being able to, by saving enough battery and using the DRS. Wow. And well done to all the drivers, by the way. That was something else. It was Amos Josh who won the Grand Prix tonight. But Amos Apple, who at least has the fastest lap. Couple of points to worry about. Even though he lost by 39 seconds. It was Amos Axel P3, Robert Stacks P4, Big D P5, Andrew Pittsmith P6, Mr. X P7, Matt Spread P8, Amos Gordon P9, Fuse Demon P10, Amos Casper P11, Lord 93 P12, Super Salmon P13, The Real Damon Hill P14, PRF1 Clem P15, Hard Champ P16, and Shirley Punk P17 a lap down. With ACL Jill NL and Ransdale being non-finishers. And they were voluntarily tired. Well, what a Grand Prix that was. Congratulations to Amos Josh for his first win of the season. Congratulations to Robert Stacks. He's the winner of the non-alien class that we unofficially have in PRF1. Wow, well, I've been Callum Hosty. the Season 1 PlayStation 4 Division 1 champion. Yeah, it's wordy, I know. Thank you to all the drivers supporting on the great show. I will be here again next week for, well, let's remind myself of what race we have next week. I should probably check this before we started. We will have, if we look at race calendar, we will have the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, calendar. Oh, one of my absolute favourites. And hopefully you'll be there too, because we know the racing is always good around the circuit with Jules Villeneuve. We will see you then. From me, it is a good night, and see you soon. Cheerio.